Hello, everyone. This is yours truly, Jimmy Williams, founder and president of JW Acquisitions and Development, JW Academy, JW Funding Group, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I have several other companies, but that's not really important today. I'm coming back to you with another awesome, strategic and revolutionary show today, another episode of Revitalizing the Entrepreneur Spirit. I have a fantastic, phenomenal guest with me today. Again, if you're watching from YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and soon to be LinkedIn, we're working on that. I welcome you. Please like, subscribe, so you can continue to see these when they come in, so you can have access to these videos, because I want you to get this awesome content. And I just want to say, continue to thrive, because the purpose of the show of, revitalizing the entrepreneur spirit is to resurrect that dead side of you, especially because of the time right now with the coronavirus that might have died. You feel like there's no hope. I got to start over again. This is to ignite that fire again. Well, we have no other person that I can think of on the planet that can help us do that with her words and the things that she does than Coach Shelia Henry. I'm going to talk about her in just a moment. Coach Shelia, just say hello to my crowd and let me know if you can see me and hear me well.
Hello, everyone. I can see and hear you well.
Fantastic. Well, guys, again, she has a phenomenal resume. I'm going to go over that in just a moment. Her accolades are through the roof. But as you can see, these are the main things I want you to know about her, is that she's a best-selling author, CEO, entrepreneur, founder. She's a speaker, so people invite her to speak in different arenas in different parts of the country. She's a life coach. She is a domestic violence advocate. Let me say that again. Domestic violence advocate. All you single ladies out there are married or if you're just dating. And, this is happening big time now, because especially when everybody's so close together during the pandemic, I heard there's been a tremendous spike. So you're going to want to hear some of the things that she has to say on this subject. And she's a talk show host. She has her own show. I've been on her show several times, well, more than one time, twice. And she's very strategic in planning ways for us to get through this pandemic. She has one of the guys that was on her show. He said, we should be focusing on a pandemic. We should be focusing on a plandemic, or plan of action on how to get out of that. And you know who that was? That was John the Magnificent. And man, I really enjoyed that. And thank you, my dear sister, for having me on your show. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's take a look at her resume. And guys, if you get a little intimidated, don't worry about it. Just say, hey, you know what? The woman has paid her dues. She's put the work in. And again, when you see that people have worked hard, we like to give them their props. We like to give them their just due. The Bible says the labor is worthy of their hire. And it also says, you don't praise yourself, let another man praise you. So we're going to give her just due here. And then we're going to get right into it. And she's going to get down and let you know all about her personal, some things in her personal life, some of the things she wants to share with you. And she's going to talk about what led up to her success today. So let's get right into this. Again, her name is Coach Shelia. She can be appropriately described as a number of superlatives. She's out of Houston, Texas. So she's a Houston, Texas, I said that wrong. A Houston, Texas native, multitasking, master serving as a certified life business coach and serial entrepreneur, CEO, small business organizer, domestic violence advocate, speaker, and author. We kind of touched on that earlier. Coach Shelia is the proud mother of two sons, Rashad and Trayvon. She is the CEO of Powerful Mind of a Businesswoman consulting firm, which provides creative information and assistance on how to start a business and to be a successful, how to start a business and to be successful in the process. So there's a process to this thing, okay? Which a lot of people leave that out. They think you just start it and it becomes $1 million business. No, that's not how it works, right? She also provides a speaking platform for entrepreneurs who are gearing themselves in the direction of becoming a professional public speaker. I got to stop and clap there because a lot of people need that. Awesome service.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Coach Shelia is also CEO of Hazel Maid Services, LLC. So she has a maid service where she comes and does cleaning. Also, it has a 5-star customer service rating. Okay, so basically they're the best that do at what they do. And she actually has, so for 6 consecutive years in a row, they've been at 5-star, and they provide a wide range of commercial and residential cleaning. So basically, they do commercial buildings and home buildings.
Yes.
Besides her longstanding home cleaning service, which she has enjoyed and considered the amount of success since its inception, Coach Sheila's own unique story of being a survivor, I'm gonna let her talk more about that, is the reason she started her organizations. She is the founder and director of Right Step Direct. Did I say that right? Right Step,
Right Direction.
Okay, Right Step, Right Direction, and Girl Chat Incorporated, both which are designed to help provide clients with strategies and knowledge that can be used to overcome life's difficulties and situations to find purpose, empowerment, and stability. Coach Sheila is also the host of the CEO's Circle of Life talk shows. Those are some of the shows I'll be watching when you have those CEOs on there. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Awesome, awesome show, guys. You ought to check that out sometime. Also, she is the CEO. She's CEO, etc. My gosh, this woman is, how many CEOs, how many businesses do you have, right?
5.
Five, which is an apostolic number. Wow, good for you. She's also the CEO of She Chic Version Hair Extensions. Let me say that again. She Chic Version Hair Extensions. She Chic Glam Cosmetics and She Chic Exquisite Eyewear LLC. Wow, wow, wow. Man, should I say more? Coach Henry is the #1 Orange Ribbon Amazon best-selling author for the title book, from the book, From Tragedy to Triumph, 7 Steps to Taking Your Life Back. Did y'all hear that? This is an Amazon best-selling author. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, I'm starstruck. I normally would stop, but I'm just going to let her finish. We got to say all of this and then we'll get into this.
Okay.
As for her featured business venture, Sheila knows full well that her labor isn't merely in vain, considering she has been the beneficiary of a notable honor, and her valiant efforts. I say it right. She has been the beneficiary of a notable honor, and her valiant efforts. I want to make sure I said that right. She came away from consecutive City Beats news. Okay, so is that a news? Is that a news platform? What is that?
Newspaper. That's a newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you came away from that 5 stars customer service awards in 2017, 2018. So basically, the woman, when she gets her rating, she's at the top of her game. All right. So she walked away from that, I guess, to pursue your dreams. Is that right? Okay. My personal mission, this is what she's saying. Her personal mission is to be able to give away what God has given to her, and to be a great service to the society whenever and whoever. I said that wrong. Let me start over again. Her personal mission is to be able to give away what God has given to her, and to be a great service of society when and whenever that may be, by being a professional in every setting. I love helping and seeing people grow and evaluate to the next level. She left her contact information here, so you'll be able to see. I'm going to make sure when you see this post, you'll see all of her information, and you can contact her directly. Again, and I always tell you, newbies and seasoned people, please, 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 only contact her if you're serious, because entrepreneurs of her caliber, basic entrepreneurs, are busy, but someone on her level, they don't have time to waste. They really want to help people, but again, I always tell you guys, money you can get back, you can rebuild certain things, but you can't get back time. Absolutely. And visionaries and go-getters have very little. If we don't structure our time correctly, there's very little of it. All right. So you're more than welcome to reach out to her after the show to see what kind of services she provides, and to get her book. We're going to talk about that again towards the end, about getting her book. Okay. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to go ahead. I've already gave you this dramatic introduction. And guys, if you're a little intimidated again, just say, hey, listen, just forget about that. Just listen to what she has to say. Because a lot of people, I found out, even with Coach Mona, people wouldn't contact. They would say to me, Jimmy, I'm afraid to contact a person with credentials like that. I said, well, just go ahead and talk to them. They're very approachable. Okay. And Sheila's going to tell us her story. Sheila, I want to hear everything you have to say. Start wherever you want to start, and just be yourself, and tell us what led you up to your success today. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, Jimmy. I thank you so much for allowing me to be on this platform
Awesome.
Whenever I'm invited to speak on someone else's platform, I do not take that lightly. That is a privilege and an honor to be a guest on someone else's platform. My name is Coach Shelia Henry. I'm just excited to be here today. I am an author, Amazon best-selling author of book From Tragedy to Triumph, 7 Steps to Taking My Life Back. I am a domestic violence survivor. I am a molestation survivor. I am
Wow.
also
Wow. Amazing.
Jimmy my resume doesn't have everything,
Okay.
but my testimony tells everything. And the reason
Awesome.
why I tell my testimony and I make sure I don't leave anything out, because when I was instructed by God that I would have to talk to people to be authentic and tell my true story, I heard my father tell me, don't leave anything out, because the very thing that you leave out may be the very thing that needs to save someone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, with that being said, I'm also a 15-year clean drug recovering addict.
Amazing.
I have served time before due
Wow.
to my drug addiction mistakes,
Okay.
doing things that, allowed me to be not in my right mind at the time. With that being said, when I hit rock bottom, I decided that I was no longer going to take my life for granted, and I was going to take advantage of every opportunity that God had for me. I was going to walk through every door that was open for me. And even though I was afraid, I still was going to walk through those doors. Today, I own a maid service by the name of Hazel Maids. And as Jimmy stated, my maid service has been City Beat #1 5-star customer service rating for the past 6 years.
That's
Um,
amazing. Amazing accomplishment. Amazing.
and I thank God for that. I actually teach people how to start a maid service. So if you're interested in that, I do offer one-on-one coaching with how to start a maid service. I also am the CEO and owner of She Chic Virgin Hair.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with hair years ago, and as a lady, young lady, we some do natural, some do hair. So I decided to start a hairline, which within that inception, it's been 4 years, and that has been very successful. After my second year, I added on cosmetics and eyewear as an addition, and it hit the
Wow. Okay.
sales hit the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm here today to reintroduce myself to let you know that if it's something that's within your belly, because everyone has a intuition. If you're trying to start a business and if
Mm-hmm.
you want to start a business, it always starts with a gut intuition.
Okay.
When I first started in business, nobody wanted to tell me anything. I had to figure it
Mm-hmm.
out all by myself.
You were basically self-taught and self-determined.
Yes,
This was very important. Mm-hmm.
I bumped my head. I
Mm-hmm.
made a lot of mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
but I, just like Jimmy said, I was determined to
Mm-hmm.
keep going. I was not going to stop until I figured that thing out.
Wow.
And I did. I did. I reached out to different people. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people um, make it look like it's beautiful, and they don't tell you everything, the ins and outs, the ups and downs. But I want to let you know one thing: entrepreneurship is determination. You have to be structured.
Yep.
You have to be able to think outside the box,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And I always say this when I'm speaking on platforms: a corporate job is 8 to 5. You know what you're going to do between 8 and 5. You're going to work from 8 to 12. You're going to go to
Right.
lunch at 12. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
come back from lunch at 1. You're going to go to work from 1 to 5, and then you're on your way home. Entrepreneurship is not like that. Entrepreneurship is 24/7.
I can attest to that. I know that sometimes you don't go to
You
sleep.
know,
Right.
You may you may start off, you may have to answer the phones, you may have to ship out your orders, you may have to post your posts, you may have to do your website until you're financially able to get other people to do those things for you. But one thing I can say is if you're trying to do it all by yourself, you're not going to get it done.
Mm.
You have to have a team. A team has to be built, and you have to stick together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started my hairline, I reached out to other people that were business minded, and we're going to talk about business mindsets as well, Jimmy.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to learn how to shift your mind
Mm-hmm.
set into a different level, another level, because you're going to be introduced to new things. You're going to be, new doors are going to open, new conversations are going to
Absolutely.
start, new relationships are going to be built, and you can't stay in the same mindset. And that goes back to my book, From Tragedy to Triumph.
Okay, and that's the number one bestseller that you have that's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, this is my number one bestseller.
Okay.
And it has 7 acronyms,
Mm-hmm.
which is the word triumph. And
Okay.
that talks about trust, which is the T,
Mm-hmm.
resolve, which is the aura,
Mm-hmm.
inspiration, which is the
Mm-hmm.
I, understanding who you are,
Mm-hmm.
manifesting, and the purpose of what you're trying to do, because
Mm-hmm.
you got to know your purpose. And
Okay.
H is the harvest, reaching the harvest.
Oh, wow. Wow. Stick a pin right there. What I want to do is I want to offer, guys, we're going to put a link to that so you can go and buy the book. I recommend you highly buy it. If you do that, if you're one of my students, or if you're not a student, if you're just a newbie, you're just watching this, I will offer a free coaching. I'll give you a free coaching lesson for 20 minutes, whether it be personal development or real estate investing. And I'll give you a free ebook if you'll go and buy her book. Okay. We're going to put a link there, but you have to do it within 24 to 48 hours after I post the link. Please go and buy this book, because I guarantee you there's more people that need it than may want to say they need it. And we want to because some people don't want to say, I need help. Well, books and that kind of information goes into your spirit, into your mind, and it can transform you over time. That's why I tell you to read. But if you do it within 24 to 48 hours, you can tell me, hey, Jimmy, I bought the book. I'm going to leave my email and say you want a free coaching session or you want a free ebook or both. So go ahead, woman of God. You can keep going.
I appreciate that, Jim. And
Sure.
also in each chapter, I just want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The way I've written my book, after
Mm-hmm.
each chapter,
Okay.
there are personal questions that are asked.
Okay.
Related to each chapter. For example, have you ever been through a domestic violence situation, or how did you feel after you endured, in that encounter? So
Okay.
this book allows you to actually be silent and admitting what you've been through at the same time. And it gives you
Gotcha.
confirmation and recognition to understand, to say, hey, I remember that happened to me, and this is how I felt.
Yeah.
And then you're able to let go of that thing that you've been holding on to for a long time.
Fantastic.
And speaking of holding on to things, Jimmy, through the process of me going through my domestic violence situation, I went through depression.
Wow.
I felt misunderstood. I had a lot of doubt about myself. I didn't understand who I was and why these things were happening to me. And after I sat down with professionals and I sought counseling in different areas, I was able to understand how I turned to the drugs because of the molestation, because of the domestic violence, because of the things that were done to me. I harvest on those things. I held on to those things. And I wanted to self-medicate myself, so I didn't want to feel anymore.
Right.
But I want to say to you, man of God, woman of God, because people don't understand. We want to take domestic violence and place it on the woman. It's happening to men too.
Okay.
It's happening to men too. So
Wow.
man of God, woman of God, get this book. This book is about helping you overcome and go to the next level as far as your personal experience, to take you out of that mindset So you
Mm-hmm.
don't think that you are not worthy of the things that God has for you.
Oh, wow. Amazing. So you're saying, to sum it up, you didn't just start doing the drugs because it was just a cool thing to do. It was because
No,
of all the things that had happened to you that you internalized, and the only way to express it was through the drugs. The drugs
absolutely,
was the outlet, or was the temporary
absolutely.
medication, temporary fix to get through it. But to see someone to go from where you are to where you are now, it's nothing short of a miracle. That's why on this show, and I always use the Most High's real name. His real name is Yahuwah. All
Yes,
praises go to Yahuwah, because
yes,
without him, there's no way you would have you wouldn't have got out of that. You could have died in that.
absolutely,
But you had the
absolutely.
will to do it. But you knew, even with will, strong will, I tell people, you still need a little help.
I
Tenacity.
did. I had to call on God,
See
and
there.
I had to be
Hmm.
honest with myself
Okay.
when I went to Him, and I never forget. When I went to God, I said, God, I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of living this life. I
Hmm.
don't know why I am going this route, but
Hmm.
it has to be a purpose and a drive behind everything that I went through.
Yeah.
And because of all the things that I endured today, I am a fighter.
Hmm.
I fight. When I was at my lowest low, I said, now God, if I can get through this, I can
Hmm.
get through anything.
Absolutely.
and, and I got through all things, but I had to let God lead the way to show me how to come out of the things that I came out of. And
Awesome.
I came out stronger than ever.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
So it was,
Obviously so, because now you're a business and ministry, because I always tell people, when you do everything, as you do it as unto the Most High. Okay, when
yeah,
you're working, if you're an entrepreneur, if you work a job, if you're an athlete, whatever, you do it as unto Him. You don't have to wait and be in the church, because that pulpit ministry is for certain people. But then there's the people like you that minister through everything that they have. And so back to you, you found a way to minister back
and
what you went through, and through your books and everything that you're doing. That's the best ministry on the planet. It really is.
absolutely. And just what you just said, I
Hmm.
was raised in the church.
Okay.
I was raised in the church. My father is an elder elect. My mother is a preacher. So I was
Wow.
raised in the church.
Wow.
Being in the church every day or every week
Hmm.
is was satisfying the surface,
Okay. Hmm.
but
Wow.
I needed work on the inside,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
needed to heal on the inside.
Hmm.
So I was walking around with all these bags and burdens
Hmm.
on the inside, and I did not know how to get myself on a stable ground. I was always on a shaky ground. Mind
Hmm.
you, I went to work. I
Okay.
was a mother.
Okay.
I had to wake up
Hmm.
every day and figure out, okay, how do I get myself through this? God, why is this happening to me? And even though I'm a woman of God today,
Hmm.
I have to be honest. There were moments and days when I said, God, why did I have to be molested?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did I have to be put on drugs? Why did this have to happen to me? That's not who I am, God. But I don't understand,
Hmm.
how did I get to that point in my life? But he also let me know and gave me understanding and security that
Hmm.
I'm still with you no matter all of the things you've been through. I'm still
Yes.
right here.
Amazing. Stick a pin right there. A lot of people, wow, what a story. I mean, this is a lot. I mean, you're giving us a lot, and it's a lot of encouragement especially for women out there who are going through it right now. They don't know why that, some of them could be prostitutes or whatever the case may be.
That's right.
The Most High doesn't look at you that way. It's important for them to understand, when he looks down and he sees people in certain situations, he sees the beginning and the end. He knows why they're in it. He still loves them regardless, but we don't know why. You can't judge that person when they're in something. But here's
That's
what I
right.
wanted to get at, because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know
Right.
if they're prostitute. You don't know if they were raped, you know, 20
Right.
times as a kid by somebody close to them. You have no idea. That's their way of
Absolutely.
expressing the pain, right? But here's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. You mentioned the church. You said the church touched the outside surface. And this is why I want to be very careful when I say this, because I was raised in the church too. My grandfather was a preacher and an elder, but there's a great awakening going on in the country with us as African-American people. We were taught a lot of lies in the Christian church, even with black pastors. And so they're big to pick up the offering and to build the ministry and everything. But when it came to literally ministering to deep things like what you went through, there was no system in place. You know,
No.
it was a jump and a shout and a show. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Back in slavery days, they let us
Yeah.
have church, but they told us, the preacher tell the slaves to be submissive. They took the Bible out of context, and y'all can jump up and down and shout and cry and get all emotional. But back on Monday, I want you back on the plantation. And in a lot of ways, if you look at the American system, it's still like that. They don't want you coming out with certain truths about, you know what, you need to be healed on the inside. There's a method to that. They don't care about that. They want you to go to work and keep their system going, right?
Yeah.
But not to be independent, not to be entrepreneurs. A lot of pastors don't teach that and really get the help you need. Sometimes they ain't going to be in the building. You may need to get some counseling. And when those things are not in place and they taught us a certain way, we were afraid to approach them and tell them, you know what, this person raped me, or this person did this to me, you know, this person destroyed my family. You can't talk to them because they're so religious. And so I can't tell you how many times I have spiritual daughters, and you know, one of my most precious spiritual daughters, she was 30 something years old. She died last December, you know, of something with her respiratory system. And she was 38. She had like 7 kids, but she wasn't married. She was going from man to man. I realized there was something going on with her personally. I could never figure it out, but it hurt me to see her go through all that. And I can't tell you how many men and women that never got back on never got the healing, and they didn't find a way to get the healing they needed. Okay, so books like what you have could be a strong tool to help them, because books do help. If you can't go to somebody and tell them your situation, you might have to find it in a book. So I commend you for saying, you know what, the church just kind of patched it up, but didn't do any healing.
It didn't
You had to go deeper. Back to you, yeah.
Another reason why. Because I said another reason why is because we were raised not to say anything about stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And when I say we, I don't just mean me. I mean society.
Absolutely.
Raised to keep that under the rug. So nobody knew what was going on with me until I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the everyday living, doing the everyday life, growing up you got to remember, this happened to me. My situation, my molestation happened to me when I was a young girl in elementary school.
Wow.
So therefore, at that age, things like that was not supposed to be happening to me.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be going to school, going home, playing outside, but I was experiencing adult things at a young age.
Wow.
So I tell this story in the book. I feel like mentality-wise, I was stuck right there with those incidents. My body grew, but mentality-wise, my mind was stuck in those incidents. So we were raised to be quiet. Don't say anything about that. You're not supposed to tell anybody. And then we were also placed in a mindset of if we say anything, it was our fault anyway. We feel guilty. We feel like it was our fault. So, and the Spirit is just leading me to say this to somebody that's listening, that's been through it.
Right.
It wasn't your fault. Somebody violated you. You didn't violate them. But what I want to say is, you have to be able to forgive in order to get past it. It took me a long time, but I forgave the individual that did the things that they did to me, because the reason why I'm stuck. So that person is going on with their life, living their life, probably living their best life.
Right.
And I'm still hovering and holding on to a memory that happened almost 30 years ago. I had to go to God, tell God that I forgave that person in order to free myself. So, I had to learn how to free myself of certain things. And I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that I did that, because now I'm able to embark on my new territories, be open-minded about possibilities of things that God has for me, and I'm not closed-minded anymore.
Well, let me ask you this. Not to cut you off. Let me ask you this. That forgiveness, because people don't understand the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness really frees you, not the person. It's like that same unforgiveness that you're harboring can cause premature death. I'll tell you this. We heard this from someone. They said that this person was a sister of a woman. This woman's like in her 80s, and her son stopped talking to her many years ago for something that happened. And she said, you know what? The son mysteriously just died. He died in, another state. He was in his 20s. She said he never forgave his mother. And so she said it might have been a coronavirus, but they're saying it was just a regular virus. But what I'm saying is they don't understand that the power of unforgiveness can bring diseases and things of that nature. And of course it'll stop your destiny, but it can physically bring harm. It can make you want to go into drug addiction. But literally this guy was like in his 20s and he just died, but he never got a chance to tell his mother, I want to reconcile. And so this whole forgiveness thing is a big thing. I think in business, a lot of people hold grudges. I'm gonna tell you this little story. I had a guy that came out of nowhere when I first started doing what I was doing online, a well-successful entrepreneur. He was a real estate investor. And if I said the name, you would know him. But because he's a man, he's a black man, I'm not gonna go throw his name back out there. I'm not gonna tear him down because he did it to me. But he said some pretty nasty things to me.
Yeah.
And I held it for like a day. After that day, I discovered, you know what? That's hurting me. I had to let that go and keep pushing with my business. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's the most freeing thing on the planet. So what Coach Shelia is saying is, it's gonna give you a liberty that you never thought possible when you let that person go. But I can't imagine being molested like that. I don't know what that's like. So I can't sit and tell you I know, but I do know that you forgave and look what you got now. You're building a dynasty here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I forgave because I wanted to be free.
Yeah.
I also forgave because I knew what God had for me. And I know you can relate and understand some of the things. We can see some of the things and we can see part of our future. We can't see all of it,
right,
but we know what we have inside of us.
Absolutely.
And if we just reach out and touch what's on the inside of us and be able to embark on our destinies, nothing can stop us as long as we have God on our side, because everything that he has designed for us is for us. It does not matter who comes along and who doesn't come along. He's going to get the glory regardless.
Yeah, exactly. My gosh. If you could tell us a little bit more about some more points in the book that you think will be necessary that for the audience, because again, this is like domestic violence is when you talk about that, I thought to me that, because again, you go look at the raw data, they're saying that domestic violence is on the rise now that certain spouses are in the same home. A lot of them probably didn't know they had a bad marriage until they had to actually stay with each other for 5 or 6 weeks in a row. What is there any advice you can give?
I think for me, my advice that I would give is to pay attention to the signs. Don't ignore the signs, because the signs are already there. I used to couldn't even go in the next room without being peeped on and my significant other saying, "What are you doing? Are you on the phone?" If I go to the bathroom, you can't hear me?
Yes, I can. I had you actually muted. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I just want to tell you, whoever's listening, pay attention to the signs, and if you're already deep into that thing, you need to start working your way out. Reach out to others. Like Jimmy said, I am a domestic violence advocate. I talk to people all the time. They call me all the time. You're more than welcome to call me. I've talked people out of situations. I've helped people come out of their residence and get into a stable situation. If you need help, just reach out to me. But what I do want to say is, you are more valuable than you think you are.
Wow.
You're more healthier in a healthier state of mind. You cannot be a productive citizen, man or woman, in a dysfunctional relationship, a dysfunctional home, and a dysfunctional environment. You have to place yourself in a stability environment. And once you do that, you will feel so free. it's just a vibrant and a totally different feeling. It was like a cloud over me the whole time that I was in a domestic violence relationship, because I didn't feel like I controlled me. I felt like somebody else controlled me. So I want you to own who you are, and really evaluate the situation. And if you're thinking it's going to get better, I really want to be honest with you and say it's probably not. But everybody has their limits and limitations, and you'll reach your limit and your limitation and to come out, because 9 times out of 10, that person is who they are, and they're not going to change, even though we want them to, even though we love them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I love my significant other so much until I took everything that I took. And after I took it, I knew in my heart it wasn't going to change. I wanted it to. I hope that it did, but it didn't. And the only thing changed is that I had to get out, and I did get out.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you had to make the decision. I tell people, don't sit there and wait for because, you know, the Most High won't do. Say it again.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I had to make a plan. I had to make a plan. I had to set a day. This is exactly how I got out. I set a day. I had to hire the movers.
Yeah.
I had to pretend that I was going somewhere with my family.
Okay, smart move. Yeah.
I had to do all of those things, make it seem like I was going out of town.
Yeah. Because a psychotic person, you don't know what a psychotic person will do. So you got to be smart. You know what I mean?
That's right. And I planned it out. I think after the last episode, I planned it out, and I was like, "This is crazy. You don't deserve this. This is not your fault." But
that's right.
Jimmy, this is what I want to say. Because of my past and all the things that I went through, that's what I thought I deserved. Because you got to remember, I've been molested. I've been going through sexual molestation. I've been going through all these different traumas and traumatic situations. So the first thing that looked good, felt good, and I thought was good for me, it wasn't. I was chasing a familiar spirit.
Wow.
I was familiar with that spirit.
Wow.
And I felt like I deserved that particular person.
Wow.
I wasn't only in one domestic violence relationship, I was in 2. So therefore, the first one, I got out, but the second one was worse than the first one.
That's amazing. It's amazing. And because you have that familiar spirit will follow you around or be in your subconscious mind telling you, this is what I'm worth. And believe it or not, I tell people, you are what you think about all day long. Whatsoever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve, right? You know what I mean? And more than likely, if you're thinking about it, you're going to speak it. Oh, this is the kind of man I'm worthy of. And there's life and death in the power of the tongue. You could bring a man in your life that's going to cut your head off. I'm sorry. It happens all the time, right? Then you can prophesy and declare that, you know what, I'm a queen, so I deserve a king. Yeah. A king that's established, a king that's a millionaire, a king that's a visionary. You know what I mean? And that's your mindset now. But I'm so honored and blessed, and I praise the Most High that you came out of that alive, because many women have not. They stayed there. They kept thinking, and the scripture that a lot of Christians, a lot of religious people will use is, well, if God put you together, let no man put us under. First of all, God, what they call him, Yahuwah, doesn't always put 2 people together. Sometimes that person, through lust or whatever the reason is, they join themselves together. So first of all, he didn't join them together. So they need to get apart as fast as possible, right? Because it says don't be married. The Bible does say don't be married to an unbeliever. Or what does light have to do with darkness? What kind of fellowship are you going to have together? Don't be unequally yoked. If a man cannot provide, not just financially, but mentally and spiritually for you, how can he be your king in your head? He cannot. He cannot. If he's going to put his hands on you, and Paul says it best, because again, this is my show. I can say what I want. Shaul is his real name. Paul said, a man that loves himself doesn't beat on himself.
That's right.
To love Christ like love your wife like Christ loved the church. A man he hates himself. That's when he abuses himself. And if you're part of that woman, you guys are one, then you're going to beat on her because you would beat on yourself. But if you wouldn't hit yourself, why would you hit her? you know, and so to hear you live to tell a story. Now, I do know there's a big spike in women just, you know, get arming themselves and blowing men away now. They put their hands on them too many times, and
Yeah.
they're gonna mess around, and a lot of them are dying because these women are not taking it, and rightfully so. Women should be able to defend themselves because, you know, it's just not right for a man to do that. But kudos to you for getting out of that alive and building you know, you're building a dynasty here. You know, and just if you can shift a little bit and tell me a little bit about your sons, you know, and their what's because you've been a single mother for a while, is that right?
I have been a single mother
Mm-hmm.
for about maybe 10 years now.
Okay, wow, that hasn't been easy. I bet. I mean, it's been, you know, because that's work. You know, being a married couple, but, you know, being single, I know, I can imagine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did try a relationship, and I saw
Mm-hmm.
the signs.
Yep.
So it's time to get out. But you know, I
You
know
got out.
my godly husband is coming, and I'm okay with
Mm-hmm.
um, being to myself and by myself until the right man comes, because now I know what I'm worth.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my sons are, I have two boys,
Okay.
one's 16,
Mm-hmm.
one's 28. The
Okay.
28th is an entrepreneur as well. He has
Mm-hmm.
adapted the entrepreneur spirit
That's
from his
good.
mother.
That's good.
And the second one is
Mm-hmm.
we're actually working on a sock line.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
So we're trying to put him in the direction of thinking like an entrepreneur. And just to tell you, Jimmy, I came from a family of
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm.
My grandfather owned a chain of motels and hotels
Oh,
uh,
wow. Beautiful.
when I was a kid. Yeah. So I'm
Wow,
just
man.
grateful and happy to be able to embark on everything God has assigned to me. And
Mm-hmm.
it's only because of him that I am able to fulfill my position
Mm-hmm.
and do what I'm doing today. So
Well,
I'm just
mhm.
grateful.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. I'm gonna say that
Yes,
again. All praises to the Most High,
yes,
because without Him, we have nothing. We don't have
absolutely.
we can't take our next breath. You know, some of these people out here who think that they can
Nothing.
do it on their own. They don't realize the very breath they're breathing. When Yahuwah created man and both the breath, and if He takes that breath away, they can't get up. So anything on top of that is we consider it a bonus to be able to thrive and to
Absolutely.
overcome adversity and all the things that you've overcome. It is nothing short of a miracle. I had a chance to talk to your son over the phone too. Brilliant guy, an entrepreneur, and we're going to try to get his business funded. I told him, I said, listen, stay in touch with me, brother. Keep the faith, no matter what it looks like. And he
Yeah,
reminds me a lot of you, so you put a lot of good things in him. I want to
yeah,
shift really quick because I don't want to hold you too long because you're a businesswoman, you got things going on. But I want to talk a little bit more about your coaching programs and you know, because I know it's not just in the area of domestic violence. Talk a little bit about your programs, and if you want to talk pricing, that's fine too. Because, you know, again, when I post your link and put your website up there, we want people to be able to go and get a consultation with you if you have that open to them, or talk to you and say, hey, listen,
okay.
I want to join your.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I do have a coaching program where
Okay.
I help men and women start businesses, entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
If you are looking for a business coach, if you are trying to start a business, I will be starting my next class. This is June the 1st. My
Okay.
classes are 90 days, so they're every 90 days, and then I take a break for
Okay.
about 2 weeks, and we start up, and it talks about business startup. It gives you vendors information if you're interested in vending. I do have vendors for hair, eyewear, makeup, eyelashes. I do have a
Okay.
package for maid service if you're interested in starting a maid service.
Okay.
I have a startup package for that as well.
Okay.
My classes, the prices are different. They differentiate
Mm-hmm.
according to what you're interested in taking.
Okay.
With that being said, I do have a payment plan because a lot of people, this is the thing, I believe in the final destination.
Okay.
The final destination is to get you started up, get your business up and going, whatever it is that you feel like you're trying to do to help you streamline into that area. So
Okay.
I don't have packages to where you pay the full price. I have packages to where you start up, and then we
Mm-hmm.
break your prices down that to
Okay.
accommodate you to where you feel comfortable while you're learning
Okay.
to take your business to the next level.
I love that. Okay. So you do have, okay. So if the person doesn't have everything, let me ask you this. Do you have a payment plan for people that don't have everything up front? Could you work with those people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the purpose. Yes.
Okay. Wow. You know what? I guarantee you we have a ton of women and men that could use your services. So again, yeah, seriously, because you'll be amazed at how many people out there, they have a vision in their head, but they haven't put it on paper yet, and they don't know how to strategize. They need someone to come in and help them with certain things. Right? So
You're
go
right.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
This is one thing I want to say to some entrepreneurs. For me, I've been a owner for Hazel Maid Service for 15 years.
Wow. Okay.
And I can teach you how to start a maid service with a little to nothing money. It doesn't take a lot. All it takes is a strategy. All you have to do is strategize. I can teach you how to get your customers, keep your clientele. I can teach you how to make a certain amount of money a month. But all you have to do, this is the thing that I always say when it comes to business startup and business coaching, Jimmy.
Okay.
If you're not ready to learn, don't waste your time and don't waste your money. Because you have to be open-minded and you have to be willing to do the work. It takes work in entrepreneurship. And I'm not here just to take your money. I'm here to get results and make sure that you are directed in the right direction when it comes to your business and your brain.
That's fantastic. You know what I always tell my students? They say, because they say, well, Jimmy, I see you have this program and it's pretty expensive, or I see they look at all the programs, and the first thing is they see the money. They don't see the value. But when I get them on the phone to give them the first free consultation, I ask them, I said, I got 3 things that I go by. And if you say no to either one of these, I don't care how, what you want to do and where you feel you should be, you're going to have to find somebody else to coach you. I'm sorry. Are you coachable, teachable, and trainable? Coachable, teachable, trainable. Coachable, teachable, trainable. I can't coach you.
Right.
I can't train you. Right? And you're not teachable. Exactly. I have 7 or 8. I probably got about 10 mentors myself, but I actively tap into 7 or 8 of them. Last night you saw one of mine in the area of finance and business funding. Travis Robbins. I've been knowing him a long time. Multimillionaire. He has a multimillionaire attorney who's his mentor, and he teaches. You must have somebody that can show you how to get from A to Z. Okay, if you already got it, then why would you come to me? And so that's powerful, and I like that because again, time is something you can't buy back. You can spend all the money you want, but you can't really. Once you're 50 years old, you're not going to go back to 40. You can't do that.
Right.
So you have to really realize that my time's important, Sheila's time's important, and your time's important. I appreciate you coming on the show, sharing that. What we need to do now is I have to make sure that I put the right links. So make sure because you gave me some links on how to they can get a hold of you, but we definitely need to get a link so they click on it and they can set up a consultation with you or contact you directly. Okay. Do you have a direct phone number that they can contact, or do they need to just visit? Okay, great. You can give that out right now.
Absolutely. My direct number is 832 837 6867.
Okay.
And if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my Shelia Henry page. There is a section for you to purchase the book and contact me. My email address, I'll give you my email address. It's Powerful Minds, POWERFULMINDS @yahoo.com. You can reach out there on Powerful Minds. And again, my contact number, 832-837-6867. Let's get you in these classes. Let's get you started. Don't sit back and watch the game. Get in the game.
Get in the game. Don't sit back and watch the game. Get in the game. Wow.
Get in the game.
You're one amazing mentor, and you're such an inspiration to many. And and I'm just praying that the Most High continue to open doors and take you to around this globe. And I love your show, how you're tapping into the lives of other entrepreneurs, giving them an opportunity to share what the Most High
Thank
has
you.
put in them. Oh, yeah, yeah. You're such an inspiration. Last but not least, just remind us of the name of the book again. And again, our best-selling book, guys, if you get it within, it's Friday now, so I'll give you guys until Monday because it's a weekend, okay? But if you see this anytime after that, you're just seeing it on YouTube, then reach out to me and say, hey, Jimmy, I want to get the book. I'm going to give a free coaching class for you, a one-on-one with me. Okay, not going to be one of my students or anybody else who's qualified to coach. It will be me. Free 20-minute session. You guys know I normally charge $300, sometimes $300 or $400 depending on what I'm teaching you on. It's going to be free, and I'll give you. My wife and I have several ebooks that we want. We'll give you anywhere from 1 to 5 ebooks for free as well, depending on what your niche is. Totally free if you buy her book, and it's found on Amazon.com. But we're going to put a link where you can click and just buy it. You can just contact me and say I bought it. Again, what's the name of that book, my sister?
From Tragedy to Triumph, 7 Steps to Taking Your Life Back.
Oh, fantastic. 7 steps to taking your life back. From tragedy to triumph. Tragedy to triumph. Okay?
7 steps.
To 7 steps. To me, that's the epitome of what an entrepreneur is. It's like something has to happen. It ain't always a death in the family or something like that, but something has to happen to get your attention. And then all of a sudden, the Most High gives you that vision that's way up here. And in most cases, most of us die or give up in the in-between place when you're a visionary, because you go over here, you start telling your family, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to change the world. I got books in me. He's going to take me and put me on platforms to help women and men, and your family and people look at you going, look at you, you got nothing. You don't have a pot to pee in right now, and you don't have a window to throw it out of. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, God has put this, the Most High put this in you, right? Right? Yeah. But you got to keep focusing on that vision. So you're in the in-between place. So a book like what she has is going to help you stay focused on this over here while you're in that in-between place. Some people are in between places 20 and 30 years. Let's be honest.
And I love that you just said that, Jimmy, because
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I first started my maid service 15 years ago, nobody believed me.
What?
Oh, no.
Wow.
They didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. I could tell by the responses and by the conversations. Probably they were paying attention to my conversation, but in the back of their mind, by the body language.
Absolutely.
The body language was like, okay, yeah, she's just talking. 15 years later, 5, 6 consecutive years of great customer service.
Beautiful.
Being featured in 2 newspapers.
Yes.
God showed me. See, the thing is, a lot of people can't see what we can see because God didn't give them the vision. They gave it to us.
Oh my gosh. Woo!
So the vision that God gave to me, I spoke on it.
My goodness.
And it came to manifest. So when I said I was going to be an author, people didn't believe me.
Right.
They probably thought she's just talking. I was Amazon best-selling author in 24 hours.
Wow. Woo, man. And let me just tell you why people do that. In most cases, if you look at the Bible, and I always go back to the Bible, it's the best reference I could ever give. The Most High sent his son, Yahushua Mashiach. He came into his own. The word says he came into his own received him not. John chapter 1. To as many who believe on his name, he gave them the right to become sons and daughters of the Most High, but you have to believe in him, right? But he came to his own received him not. In that same New Testament, it talks about how he went back home and said he could heal them. He was the son of the Most High. He could heal them. The Bible says because of their unbelief, he could hardly heal any of them because they didn't believe him. They thought they looked at him as Joseph's son. What good can come out of Joseph's house? Joseph, by the way, people said he was a carpenter, but if you look up that word, go deeper, he was a block mason. He built houses, and you know what I mean? And they looked at him as a nobody. So because their belief and faith in him was not there, he couldn't do things for them. But that did not stop his ministry because they didn't believe in him. That's the revelation I want y'all to catch. Just because they don't believe in you, they're not going to benefit because of their unbelief. But that doesn't mean it's going to stop you, because Yahushua turned around and healed thousands of people who believe in him. And he's literally saved billions of people based on who believe in his name to this very day. Billions of people are being saved. Right. But the family members said, no, that can't, not you. And their unbelief hurt them. So when you have family members and people that know, who are too familiar with you, who don't believe in you, they don't realize it right now. But later on, they see you on television, and you got this huge, you're a philanthropist, you're giving away billions of dollars to help poor people and building houses and things that they could have been a part of because of their unbelief and jealousy and envy and all the deep things that they're not telling you is in their heart towards you. They can't take advantage of it, but it cannot stop you.
That's right.
The only thing, the biggest enemy you can have is you. I tell people, don't try to master other people. Don't try to master a business deal. Don't try to master you. Focus on you. And that's what, and you are the epitome of that. I mean, you have really raised the bar on how to be someone who can master self. Okay, your inner man, the power of thinking big, believing in you, confessing, believing. The word says, whatever you declare to your mouth, according to Mark 11:23, you speak to the mountain, tell that thing to be removed and cast into the sea. And here's a key word. He said, don't doubt in your heart that you'll have it. You shall have whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say whatever you think, whatever you meditate on. No, meditation's good, but you're going to have whatever you say. So whenever they're saying, no, Jimmy, no, Sheila, you're this, you're that. I saw you as a drug addict. You're not. If Sheila says, no, I'm not. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a billionaire. I give until it hurts. I'm the lender, not the borrower. I'm the head, not the tail. I have a best-selling book. I'm gonna have five best-selling books. I'm gonna write the script for the next major multi-billion-dollar film in Hollywood because she said it and believed it. It shall be so. Guys, I'm giving you a revelation that our people are not privy to because of you watching CNN and Fox News, which neither of them like us. Okay, one created the KKK, and one of them is the physical KKK. They're coming out of the closet with it. They're not hiding on Trump's side, but the Democrats created it. Yeah. But our people continue to rise. I want you to see this. We still rise because we know one thing: we get what we speak, and it is. And as you can see with her books, it's going to take work. So when you have a vision, according to the back of chapter 2, he says, write it down, make it plain. It may tarry. Look what happened with her. It tarried a little while. She was addicted, but 15 years later, she's getting manifestation after manifestation after manifestation. Guys, just get the book. Get the book. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you got me fired up. I feel like preaching. I got to stop. This is supposed to be about you, not me.
But you know what?
Got all
the
excited.
thing about during my addiction, I can remember distinctly saying a lot of times that God, I know you're gonna bring me out of this.
Yes.
I know you're gonna bring, and I could be just doing something, and I said, God, this ain't me. I know you're gonna bring me out of this. I trusted throughout the whole time.
Wow.
That I knew that one day I was coming out of it.
My God.
And like you said, we gotta speak things into existence.
Come on now.
And now, if somebody want to hold on to my past, then well be it. Because guess what? I am gone. I am sorry. I am reaping the things that God has for me. I have forgiven people that have wronged me. I have apologized for the people that I have wronged, and I am going after what God has for me.
Yes.
So all I can say is either get out the way or join me along the way.
Oh man. Woo.
And
all praise to the Most High. You really blessed my soul today.
That's right. That's right. And we have to understand that our destiny and our happiness is ours. It is not for nobody else to make us happy.
Absolutely.
We can't get on approval for no one else. We can't plan our destiny upon someone else's thoughts and thinking of us.
Right.
We have to move on.
Absolutely. Your destiny is not predicated on their feelings of how they saw you and speak over your life and all that. You control that. Powerful. Powerful.
And if I would have held on to that, I wouldn't be a best-selling author. I wouldn't be CEO of Hazel Maid Service. I wouldn't be CEO of She Chic Virgin Hair. I wouldn't be the founder of Girl Chat Alumni Right Step Right Direction, helping others, being a great servant of the community, and doing what my heart feels best for me.
That's fantastic.
I wouldn't have all those things. So I just want to tell whoever's listening, embark on your territory. Stop sitting around waiting on somebody to do it for you, because as long as you're waiting on somebody to do it for you, it's not going to get done.
My gosh.
You got to go and get what's yours. Ask and knock, and the door shall be open.
Hallelujah. Amen. Man, oh man. I'm telling you, man, I can stay here all day. Just listen to you. But I'm going to let you go because you're a busy entrepreneur. You have many things that you're
Thank
doing.
you.
I'm proud of you, Queen. Continue to focus. And I know you're not going to get derailed by anything, because if you went through all this hell and you ain't been distracted, distraction can't stop you. And I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come on the show. And guys, we have a visionary here. We have a very special trailblazer here in front of us. I'm going to ask you to take advantage of it. We're going to make sure we leave all the links that you can go. And I'm going to urge you to get her content, her books, reach out for a consultation. I'm sure she's willing to talk to you, work with you, put you on a payment plan or whatever. But some of you have that money. Some of you got that stimulus check or whatever, and you want to go to Kohl's, or you want to go to the mall, you want to go to Coach Purse, especially my black people. Now, I love all my people because I have some white brothers and sisters. I love them to life. But I'm dealing with the Hebrew community, the Hebrew Israelite community. That's who they call the African Americans. Y'all need to wake up. You need to invest in your business, fix your credit, do some of those things. Do some of the things that's going to put you in a position to win over the next 12 to 24 months. One of them is finding yourself a good mentor. That's very, very important. And invest. Don't just spend. Listen, you have good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is to get a credit card for $1,000 and you go buy Jordans and LeBron James shoes, and those guys ain't giving you a dime. Good debt will say, you know what, I'm gonna spend $1,000. I'm gonna go get my LLC. I'm gonna get my, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a real working business line. I'm gonna pay $500 for a couple of sessions with Sheila so she can help me structure, or whatever she charges, structure my business and give me some strategic, planning and help you lay a foundation so you can start your business. That's what I call good debt. Okay. But again, if they give you this money from the government, whatever the stimulus is, that's not even debt. You don't have to pay it back. But don't go and take your money and put it in the community and put it somewhere where it leaves your hands and never comes back. You wear the shoes a couple times a year because you're trying to be pretty. Especially you black men. Listen. I know y'all like to have 50 and 100 pairs of shoes. You need to have 50 or 100 businesses. Black women, same thing. If you don't have one, what's going to happen when the government runs out of money? What's going to happen now? You need to have a plan B. So, right. Coach Shelia, again, thank you again. Listen, I can be here again. I can be here all day because the things that you're talking about is something I'm so passionate about. I'm passionate about entrepreneurs who come from nothing to something. You were never nothing in the Most High's eyes, but on this planet, the average person will look at you and say, "You're nothing." But you said, "You know what? I'm something. I'm a queen of the Most High." And my actions, my confession, because your profession is going to be your confession. That's where it's going to come from. And you said, "I am somebody. I'm going to be the best at what I do." And you've gotten several 5-star ratings to prove it. Guys, she don't have this lip service. She has results. And I admire that about your tenacity, your integrity. You have something of what I call stickability. It's a word I made up. It's the ability to stick. You're tenacious. Wow. You know what I mean? You're persistent. And I'm going to take a moment to express my gratitude for Black women. They're the hardest working women on the planet. This is a real study. You can go look it up. The most educated woman on the earth right now is African American women. Second behind them in this country is Asian women. The most educated woman is African American women. The women that came here, were brought on a boat and had to do everything else for everybody else. They rose to the occasion. Yeah. I'm saying this to let you know, guys, there's no excuse for any group, any racial group, none of y'all. You can have what you want, but you got to have a right mindset for it. So I acknowledge all the Black queens that are making it happen right now, including my wife. She's such a queen. She's helped me build my businesses, and she's on the rise. She's doing great things. So I salute all of you for your hard work and for supporting, Black men. I mean, other men too, but specifically us as kings to get in our rightful place to be able to support you back. I'm praying that one day that the Most High sends you the king of your dream. Okay? Say what?
I'm waiting on him because I know he's coming.
I know that's right. Amen. All praises. I'll be praying, and I know you'll know him because you ain't going to think about it. When I saw Arlene, I was headed to church we was going to Dr. Creflo Dollar's church. I'm going to tell this story real quick and I'm done. We was going to Dr. Creflo Dollar's church when I was still in the traditional church. In 2009, I moved to New York City, packed my bags with no money, nothing. I stayed not one night on the street homeless. The Most High took care of me. And I started going to Creflo Dollar's church. She had been going to Dr. Creflo Dollar's church for 6 years. He has a church, at the time he had a church in Madison Square Garden. He has a big building in the Bronx now, but he used to fly up there on Saturdays and have his services up there on Saturdays. and then fly back to his church here in College Park, Georgia on Sundays. That church in New York had 7,000 members in it. It was pretty big. But Arlene had been in the prayer ministry for 6 years there, you know, intercessory prayer. And so outside of Madison Square Garden was a little bookstore. I think it was Borders Books at the time.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, we call him in Hebrew. He said, go in there, sit down, and go look at this book. And I'm sitting there looking at this book, and I had some glasses like I had on today. I'm looking at my book like this, and I look up. Listen, I look up. He said, that's your wife right there. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, now you got to get up and go say hello. I said, okay.
Wow. I
went over there and said hello, and guess what? He said, that's your queen. Spend the rest of your life with her. And I have not spent one day since that day out of her presence. That was yes, that was May 2009. Okay?
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Amen, amen, awesome. Amen. And I pray the same blessing on you, even greater, because I didn't have to think in my mind, I didn't have to go around in my mind, this is my wife. You're going to know it. And the word does say, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So you can keep your eyes open, but he's going to find you. You got to keep your eyes open, though. You got to be wise, because you don't want any counterfeits. When I say counterfeit, you know, you have Isaac, and then you have Ishmael. Ishmael was the counterfeit. Isaac is the promise.
Okay.
Ishmael is the guy that can look like, talk right, have the money and all that, but there's something bad in his heart, so he's going to mess around and hurt you and deceive you one day. Isaac may not look all that, but there's something about the heart. You're going to know this heart's going to be right. He's going to love you, support you, and treat you like the woman you deserve to be treated. You want the promise. Amen?
I love it.
Okay.
Amen. I thank you for allowing me to be on your show.
Absolutely.
You and your wife have been a blessing to me, so I do want to say that. I thank you so much for all that you do for everybody, for all that you are doing. Your hands are blessed. Everything that you touch is going to soar. So you just continue being you. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Just stay focused. And keep going, my brother. I appreciate you.
I lifted up both of my hands and said, thank you, Father. I receive what you're saying. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much for those kind words. So, okay. And I'm gonna stop the recording right now. And one last thing I'd like to say before I stop the recording, I always like to tell my audience, I'll see you at the top. Just say that with me right now. You ready? We'll see you. We'll see you.
We'll see you at the top.
At the top. Take care. Bye-bye, sister.
All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.